What's up, sexies? Man, it's Monday, ain't it? It's that reset again. So, I had a long weekend talking to a bunch of people. Need to come out here and be cleansed myself, trying to keep everything together and keep everything straight. But it brought me to today, and I kind of wanted to rant a little bit. Just touch up on some things as to how I see them or I understand them. Not that, my opinion is valued one way or the other, but a lot of you have come to me as an outside because I have a biased opinion, as it would be. I ask for both sides of your situation, and if you can't answer both sides for me, well, then that's your answer right there. So, as I've talked to a bunch of people this weekend, I wanted to come and reiterate, like I said. So, we carry a lot of darkness with us. We are made of all things that this world couldn't take from us. And, it seems to be that what's left to us, or at least all that we see, is the pain, the fear, the torment, the regret, so many things that we continue to perceive ourselves as. And that's probably one of the hardest things going through this whole journey, is that we put so much on ourselves. And and to be willing to see the truth, you have to be brave enough to look. And it's hard at times because so many of us turn to different sources and whatnot. And me, I'm not a big person to talk about religion or politics, but I do want to say this one case in point. If you don't need religion to have good morals, if you can't determine what's right or what's wrong, it's empathy and common sense that you lack, not religion. But I digress. There's so many ways we go about things, so many things that we put on ourselves, trying to upgrade or move to that next level. And every level of our life requires a different self. And it's not a change of who you are, but it's a change of your perspective, a change of your aspiration to achieve, to want to do better, to put that hard work in. So many of us, we strive for success, and we lack the hard work. We don't put in the time. We don't keep our patience, and we try to sow from a field that we haven't even planted. And it's difficult. I'm not going to argue with that. We try to maintain and keep everything good, but at times we all falter. And we let the opinions of others weigh a lot in on that. If you want to change, it seems to me, as I've gone through life, all great change is preceded by chaos, and that's the only way to really decipher it. But difficulties are necessary. You have to have the difficult times. Difficulty is necessary for health because it teaches us our lessons. It teaches us what routes or paths we need to take, or maybe what things we should or shouldn't change within our lives. And that goes a long way. It truly does, because so many of us, we multiply our insecurities, and it causes us to devalue our self-worth, as all we see are insecurities and problems. And like I said earlier, we carry around all these things that the world couldn't take from us, but all we see in it is broken. We don't have a solid foundation. And we move around here, and we gotta stop looking for reasons to be unhappy. We need to start seeing the reasons for us to be happy. Our children, our health, the fact that we do have a roof over our head. Maybe we're struggling here and there, but that's not the point. The point of the fact is you have to be happy with what you have. And if you're not, that's where change is required. It's where you level up. That's where we get to that next step. And there is some of us that aren't happy, maybe not happy being single, or maybe not happy with our jobs. And I always talk about asking the right questions, because there's so much that goes into it, especially as we get older. If we do have children, we got to ask the right questions of the other person. Do they have children? Do they not? If they don't have their children and they do, why don't they have their children? What's the reason behind it? And to understand, you must know both sides of the situation. You've got to ask the hard questions. It's the only way to get your true answers and to find the truth in others. Because, like I said, people and their convictions with their words, they'll get you to believe anything that they can. because it's just the way of the world anymore. The truth eludes all of us, and there's no reason that we should seek help, or that they should seek salvation, or they should see their own truth because they don't want to swallow it. And it's like I said, our demons. It's the past that we have been made into from all the things that they couldn't take from us. But there's so much really that can go into all kinds of stuff. The sound of your existence sometimes is too loud for others. We should never turn down for anyone, period. But there are those who like the music loud. Find someone who is on your frequency. Don't settle for anything. And for the love of God, like I always say, make sure you ask the right questions, because that's the biggest thing, is making sure you ask the right questions. It's hard to go through and try to decipher, because we get so many different balls thrown at us all at once. And as I've understood my life going through it, all bad things come in threes. It seems like there's always 3 times, and I hate that, because there's not much we can really do about it. And we put so much of that weight on ourselves, that we couldn't help a situation, or that we couldn't change a situation, and we inevitably end up back on that page. And that's another thing. So many of us go through life, wanting to upgrade, wanting to change. Yet, as we sit here and look at our books, we keep trying to rewrite the same chapter instead of turning the page and starting a new one. Because maybe we don't want to let go of the past, or we don't want to let go of things that were good to us, or in hopes that they are going to be good to us one day. At this point, if it hasn't been, it's probably your answer. We're not going to find that in others in which we seek to change, because change only comes from within. We can't force anyone to change. We can only change ourselves. We can only change our own journeys. But I digress. As I continue along mine, I do try to help. I try to put out and give back. As much as I've lost, I've tried to learn to make myself proud, as I feel I've let others down and no one else was proud of me for the things that I've done, which then I can sit there and dissect my own life. What have I really done? There's a lot of questions, and nothing will ever come to you as a clear answer. Not until you can let go of the burdens of your past, until you can find out what it is that truly sets you on fire. You find that frequency of your soul, shall we say. But I'm going to get around here, stop ranting on Monday, let us get back to what we were doing. Probably get inside since it's raining, but it's whatever. I'll probably walk around for a little bit longer. I don't know why, I just love this kind of weather. Like I said, it's refreshing, it's cleansing. I always come out to nature to reset, because in the beginning we were all animals, and as we shall die, we will be animals. So this is where I find my soul, true country boy as it would be. And yeah, you guys gotta look into yourselves. You gotta understand what's going on. You can't continue to go through the same vicious cycle, to read the same chapter, to read the same thing over and over and hope to rewrite it. The ink is already on the page. You can't change it. You can't erase the ink. It is what it is. I love you guys. Y'all stay up and stay beautiful. And as always, I'll see you around.